2025 Math Paper 2, Question 7A, External. A sales lady is paid a fixed salary of 3,200 kwacha and receives 2% commission on all the sales. If he earned 4,550 kwacha in a month, calculate the total amount of sales that he made. So this question was a bit tricky, but I'll try to use two different methods. Hopefully at least one of these methods will make it easier for you to understand. So the first method requires you to use basics, or maybe the formula, if I may call it that. So we have this sales lady who is paid a fixed salary of, I think separating the page was a bad idea. So we have, he's paid a fixed salary of 3,200. And then so the and here tells you that you are adding and receives 2% commission on all the sales. So 2% means 2 over 100 of all the sales. But then we've not been told what this is. This is what we want to find. So instead of saying sales, we can just put X. And then, so after you add the fixed salary plus the commission, you should get this amount. This is what he gets when he adds the fixed salary. Let me write this: salary plus commission is equal to the total amount, and which is 4,550 kwacha. So now we can solve this equation by collecting the like terms. Of course, I can multiply these two. So I'll multiply this by this. If I want, I can even reduce the numbers, but I think I may make it harder by doing that. So I'll multiply this by this. This will be 2x over 100, and then I'll take the 3,200 to the other side. This one will remain here, minus 3,200, like that. And then to solve for x, we have 2x over 100. And then we can subtract these two. So we have 4,550 minus 3,200 kwacha. So this minus this, you have a 0, you have a 5, you have a 3, and you have a 1. So this is 1,350 kwacha. So this is why I decided not to divide by 2, because it's much easier for me to multiply by 150. So I can put over 1. If you want, you can still reduce your numbers by dividing by a 2. That's okay too. So I'll cross multiply this by this and this by this. So 2x times 1, you have a 2x. This by that, you have 1,000. You have 13,135,000, like this, because these two zeros will simply be added to that. And then now, to solve for x, we can simply divide both sides by 2. And this should give us the answer. So this into this, that will be a 6, remainder 1. 2 into 15, you have a 7, remainder 1. And then 2 into 10, you have a 5, and then you have 2 zeros, and you're done. So this is your total amount of sales that this man made. An alternative method, in case you didn't understand this, or in case you just want to add up to what you have understood, an alternative method would be to understand that this amount is made up of 2% of the commission and the fixed salary. So to find the 2%, I can just remove this from this so that I can remain with the other 2%. Remember, this is salary and commission. So commission, this is 4,550. So if for me to find this commission, I can just subtract 3,200 from this, so that would be 4,550 minus 3,200. So when you come to think of it, these two are actually the same, because as you can see, when I took this one to the other side, we had something like subtraction here. So now when you subtract these two, you have this. So this is the commission, and then this is the fixed salary. So now we know that this commission is 2% of some number, and that number is unknown. So you can say 2% of x is 1,500. An alternative method you can use is to multiply this by the reciprocal of this, but I think it's much easier like this. So 2% of the total sales is 1,300. So now let's solve for this. This times this, you have 2x over 100. So basically this is just like this. And then when you cross multiply, okay, let me just cross multiply on a later stage. When you cross multiply, you have this times this, you have 2x, then this by that, you have 135,000. Then now you can divide both sides by 2, so that your x is 2 into 13, you have a 6, remainder 1. 2 into 15, you have a 7, remainder 1. 2 into 10, you have a 5, then you have 2 zeros, and you're done.